Shalom, shalom. Just gonna let it load up. Get right. Alright, shalom, shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of the great millstone who rule well, teach well, taught me this truth, and honors to you brothers who are bringing out this word in sincerity and in faith. Alright, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, Barakatham. Okay, to you sincere and hopeful elect, man. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, Barakatham, to you sincere and hopeful elect. Alright, and as I came up here, the Spirit was on me to come specifically right here to this place where they collect taxes, because today is supposed to be Black History Month. There's no such thing as Black history. Okay, so we're going to get into that. You niggas are stuck in this white man's, so-called white man's matrix. Okay, and now it's time to get up out of it. Hey, because where I'm at specifically is mostly Edomites, man, and they're very upset. They're very upset to see a man of the Lord bringing out the word, man. You know, you got people staring. It is what it is, man. See, because we're supposed to be a byword, a proverb. We're supposed to be a spectacle, man. All right, and that's what these so-called white people see you as. They see you as spectacles. They see you as niggas. Okay, they see you as spits. They see you as wetbacks. They see you as arrowheads, and so on and so forth. And really, you're the children of Israel, man. All right, now it's very cold. It's very windy. You know what I mean? But through the Spirit, we just gonna go up into it, and then we're gonna warm up through the Spirit, man. Okay? This is and I went to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, and I'm gonna just skip to the part where basically Jacob's getting jacked up, because that's the part that we in, right? Alright, so it says, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse I'll start off at 7. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command a blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy power and walk in his ways. Yeah, so ultimately us being in this condition is because we didn't walk in the Lord's ways. Alright, man, you know the condition of this damn place, man. Hey, Jake is done. Jake is toast. Jake is destitute. Okay? Hey, and it's our fault. We really can't get mad at anybody except ourselves, man. Okay? And it says, and all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. Yes, we in that time. Okay, but ultimately that's speaking about when the Lord returns with the angels and puts the spiritual power upon his men. Okay? And it says, and the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, and in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in its season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Yeah, so you gotta think about it. Alright, you so-called black people, you Judites, your ass is constantly borrowing money and not paying it back, man. Alright? Yet in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna have the so-called Negro, the so-called Latino, and the so-called Native American lending out And we're not gonna have to borrow nothing. There's not gonna be such thing as a quote unquote broke Israelite, man. Okay? Because even here, you got broke ass Edomites. That's how you know we not in the kingdom of heaven. Y'all talking about we already in the kingdom of heaven. We are in the so-called white man's heaven. Okay? We are in the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans and speckled bird. They're hell, man. All right, you speckled birds are the ones who look like the other nation, but your line actually goes back to Israel. And a lot of y'all are going through the curses of Deuteronomy, so they know the ways of the world. Okay, they're really not ignorant. They're only ignorant to how about Shem Shai, but in the ways of the world, they know every damn thing. You damn proud ass Moabites. You know everything when it comes to the left hand, but you don't know anything about these scriptures. All right, and it says, "The Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, thou shalt not be beneath. If thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them." Verse 15, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the Lord thy power to observe to do all his commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." And that's the time that we in now. Shit. Hey man, Jake hurting out here. Jake destitute. All you see is hurt ass Jake. Okay? And you see some hurt Edomites, but for the most part, all you see is hurt ass Jake, man. And that's part of the punishment of the Most High. How about Shai, man? I mean, you just gotta, and I mean, there are literally hundreds of cars, man. It's just the way that I'm facing. Okay, it's safest for me to have myself towards this way, you know? If I face this way, it's gonna be a problem, man. But if you see all these cars, man, everybody is upset, depressed, okay, and done, man. Ultimately, only the hopeful elect are in an upbeat mood. Now, of course, we get pissed off too, but it is what it is, man. We're looking at the downfall of the so-called white man society. And that's okay. We see, in order for our kingdom to rise up, okay, his kingdom has to fall, man. That's all part of it. Okay, it's like demolition. Alright? And it says, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou comest out." Yeah, so Jake, when you're born, Jake is done. Jake got dead. Jake hurting. Okay, that's the time that we in. It used to be when somebody was born, all right, a child of Israel, you were to celebrate. Now a child is born, you wondering, okay, how am I going to feed this child? How am I going to clothe this child? How is this child? All right, that's a curse. Okay, Jake is cursed, and until Jake admits that he is cursed, until Jake turns himself around, okay, Jake gonna be done. Okay, 2/3 of Israel, that's Jacob, ain't never gonna get right, man.